everyone, my name is Keely and I'm the owner and creator here at Soy and Shea, and thank you so much for joining me for another soap making video. We are doing a bonus video today as we do our September gemstone soaps, which are all available now on the website, and today we are going to be doing Epidote. Let's go! Alright, let's get into this soap. As always, I'm pouring my lye water solution into my oils here. Going to mix it up to emulsion, and then I have just a few little colours to split it out for. So my first colour, I want just a little bit of white to go into this one. So pour, yeah, about that much. I have got some of that gorgeous elusive green mica. So this is a really nice dark green one. And again, I'm not pouring out too much. And into this one, I have a mix of some jade mica and some aero mica. I wanted the brightness of the jade, but also wanted to make it a little bit paler, which is what the aero mica is. Into my big container here, I am going to add in some Chartreuse Mica, which has got this really nice gold tinge to it. I'm going to add a fair amount in here because my fragrance oil I'm using today does have 3.25% vanillin, so it is going to darken this up. But once you actually see the stones, you'll know that it's really not going to be that much of a bother if it does. I'm going to get these colours mixed in, and then we're going to add in our fragrance. The fragrance oil I'm using today, you can see, is very dark, and as mentioned, it has got that 3.25% vanillin, so I'm not going to add it in to my white. What I've got here is citrus, sage and chamomile, and I'm going to add just a wee bit in there, pop the rest in here. And the reason I went with this fragrance is because we're working with Epidote today, and it is the stone of awareness, and the fragrance notes in this stone really make me kind of become awakened. It's got notes of orange and bergamot, which I find are really inspiring sort of fragrance notes. We've got some sage, osmanthus, chamomile. It's also got patchouli, olibanum and vanilla in there as well. And it's just such a, even though it's quite a woody fragrance, quite calming, it does really make you aware of what is going on around you. So as I said, this stone that we're working with, which is Epidote, is the stone of awareness, and it is an enhancing stone that should be used with great caution. It is known as a karma stone, so what you put in into it, it will put out. And what they say is that if you are having a bad day, you should not be carrying Epidote around with you, because it is going to enhance all of those feelings of dread and doom and make it seem to be an even worse day. But if you are having a really good day, then if you are wearing your Epidote, then it should actually make all of those feelings of joy feel so much greater than what it is. Look how dark that has gone in there. That is pretty scary. It can actually soothe emotions and calm fears and increase mental toughness and encouraging boldness. But as I said, they say that it gives out what you put into it. So if you put negative energy into that stone, it is going to put negative energy back out. It is said to work with all of the chakras and is the representative of Gemini, Virgo and Libra. It represents Earth and Jupiter in the planets and has water and earth elements to it. So I think that sort of green goes really, really well with the earthy feel of this stone. I've got all my colours mixed in. It appears to be behaving quite well for now. Fingers crossed it remains so. What I'm going to do is attempt to do a bit of the marble pour that I was meant to do on that soap challenge and kind of just didn't work. So what I've done is I've just split off a little bit of that dark sort of olivey green. I'm going to put some of that colour on this side. We're going to put a bit of the darker green on this side, trying to get it to sit mainly towards the top. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of this white through the middle there. Then we're going to grab the mould And what I'm now going to do is kind of pour this into my mold, but wiggle my jug at the same time, moving it around so we get lots of different sort of wiggly patterns. I did this when I did one of my, I think it was Starry Night soap. I'll leave a link up in the corner. It's known as a cosmic wave swirl, and this is the sort of technique I was meant to use for the marble soap, but the fragrance oil had other plans, and unfortunately we didn't get to use that technique. Now that I've actually poured off a fair bit of that colour, I'm going to pour a bit of that in there. Just give it a bit of a shuffle down. I'm going to pour some more of this colour on the top here, and then I am going to repeat, and I'll make sure that I'm turning my mold as well. And what we should do, hopefully, when I show you the stone, is get a bit of a replica of how the stone actually forms. What I have forgotten to do is I'm also going to do a bit of a mica dusting in between the layers. I'm not going to do a full mica line. I just want the mica to appear randomly when we do this. So that should be about enough there, and let's keep going. Gone for a bit of a different top here. So I've done my spoon on the one side, and then I used a stainless steel fork to put the lines through on that side. I was kind of going for a bit of a Reiki feeling. I am going to put these stones on the top. This is the Epidote, and as you can see, it's got lots of fine lines of different color, which is why I went for that cosmic wave pour, trying to get sort of that more of that marbly sort of effect out of it. Hopefully it will look a little bit like the stone. And the amount of vanillin in this fragrance oil should also tone down those greens, bring them more into a brown tone of green and match in with these rocks. But you can see there's lots of different tones of green in there. You do have flecks of brown in there as well, and that would be because of the makeup of these rocks. They're actually not really a gemstone, but they are in fact a mineral made up of calcium, aluminium, iron and silicate, and generally they form in crystal format. Kind of the best way of describing it would be like a amethyst geode, those really clear looking rocks, but in fact it's actually mineral. So it's part of it's a crystal that's partly transparent, and it only goes opaque once it turns into a stone. Now the more opaque that crystal is, or the more transparent that crystal is, the more valuable the epidote is. Now these actual stones will generally form through a metamorphosis. So basically it changes those minerals and forms into these little rocks that we are then able to tumble. Sorry, I've got a little bug here that keeps buzzing around my eyes. Just get rid of him. So for them to actually turn into stone, they need to go through a metamorphic phase. So that means they are a metamorphic stone, changing their sort of appearance. So they'll change from that really clear transparent crystal into an opaque stone, and they form with all these various shades of green, and they go from dark to almost black in green shade and right up to a really light yellow green. And I can also see flecks of brown in, or a goldy brown, bronzy sort of color through some of these, which is why I did the little mica sprinkles in between as well. Presence of other minerals in the epidote will actually then give it different names. So you may have heard of something called unikite, which is actually epidote with red feldspar through it. Epidote as a mineral by itself is actually not very valuable, but once it starts having some of those other minerals in it, like the feldspar, it does actually increase its value as well, which is very unusual to actually have other things added into something and increase their value. Usually it would actually decrease it. The term epidote actually comes from a Greek word meaning to increase, which is why they say that this is very much a karma stone, that the more you put into, or what you put into it, you get back out of it, and it does increase this sort of sensations. It has been used throughout history, though there's not a lot of information on it. It was used, or it was believed to increase fertility, strength, and stamina, but there's not much else out there about this actual epidote by itself, but there are lots of other things out there about the stones that have the other minerals in them. I have got all of these actually now lined up on here. They are looking really good. These are nice narrow little stones, so it should be nice and easy to cut this one, just making sure that they are far enough down in the soap that they will stick. And that is our Epidote soap, scented with citrus, sage and chamomile. I am really, really liking it. Can't wait to get it cut open and see what we've got on the inside. I have been so looking forward to getting this one cut open. I've had it out of the mold for about 2 hours. Can't wait anymore. Doesn't that look absolutely awesome? Can't wait to see what it looks like on the inside. Now with this fragrance oil, I did have to use it at less than my usual 5% that I like to use it at, according to its body safe thing, but it is so strong that it really doesn't matter that I've had to use it at less. It smells really, really good as well. It's very earthy, and you do get that real herbaceous smell from out of it. Let's take a look and see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, so let's grab this one from off the end. And that is the inside of our Epidote. It's not quite what I was hoping for, but I'm still really, really pleased with how it has come up. I think if I cut my bars that way, I would get a really, really interesting pattern. But unfortunately, you just end up with so much wastage when you cut your bars on that horizontal instead of vertically. But I'm still really, really impressed with how that's come up. I love all these fine sort of pieces of that Bronze Sparks mica. I think it was Bronze Sparks. No, it wasn't. It was one of the golds, wasn't it? Whichever colour I put in there. I really like that sort of speckle of mica that is popping through on those. So it wasn't a full mica line. It was just lots of little bits of mica in there. And it just really adds to that soap and kind of complements how the lines go through our little pieces of Epidote there. Really, really happy with it. I do like how the Cosmic Wave pour always gives those sort of wispy little lines of colour all the way through. So I'm not disappointed. I really do actually like it. It smells wonderful. Loving that sort of gold colour in there. So I'm really, really pleased with how it has come up. It is a shame I can't actually cut one of these the other way, because we'd just lose the whole sort of effect of the soap if I did. But maybe one day I will do another soap using that pour technique, and I'll show you what it looks like on the horizontal cut. So I'm really pleased with this. I'm going to be very interested to see how much this one darkens up with that fragrance oil. If you too are interested to see that, come and follow me over on Instagram, and I'll be popping the final soap cure photos up on Instagram, and that will also let you know when these ones are ready. These are going to be part of the September release. Well, those two pieces are really nice in there. So I hope you have enjoyed watching how I made the Epidote soap. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you then. Bye.